Hi everyone, thank you very much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Becs. I'm an F1 doctor working in a tertiary level hospital in the UK. This week I am on nights. I have 4 back-to-back. So I'm going to take you along with me to show you what life is like overnight for F1 doctors. So very warm welcome and let's get into the video.
And we're good to go. You ready, team? Let's rise. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a big roll through your shoulders. Right, easy.
Back to the feet. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold it. Ready to go. Same thing here. From your shoulders.
Welcome back to another video. Thank you for watching my videos and thank you very much for your comments on my latest 2 videos. I really appreciate them and I want you to know that I read every single comment. Today is Monday. This week is going to be challenging. It's my very first time doing 4 night shifts in a row, so I'll show you what that's like. I'm still at home. It's 6:30. I always find that the first night is the hardest because you're coming from obviously sleeping overnight to then being awake all day, maybe sleeping for half an hour in the afternoon if you're able to, and then you're staying awake, you know, all night. But then once you do one night, you're so tired from that first night that you come home and you're able just to sleep throughout the whole day and then wake up, maybe go for a walk or go to the gym, have some food and then go again. But then you're able to have a really good rest before your second, third, fourth night. This is, again, coffee number 2. I normally have 2 before I go to work and then take 1 with me. We just got to get it done. I mean, I love the job. I am so lucky to be working now as a medic. So I'm not going to say anything bad about nights, just that they're quite tricky. Just love routine, which, yeah, makes me think that perhaps GP would be more suitable compared to a career in emergency medicine, but maybe a combination of the 2. So at my current hospital, you can wear normal clothes or you can wear scrubs. I just wear some comfortable shoes because, yeah, we do a lot of steps overnight and these are just really loose and, yeah, comfortable. And then my really good friend Rachel got me this jacket for graduation and it is a lifesaver. It keeps me so warm overnight. It's from Figs. It's got these pockets so you can put your stethoscope in or some snacks, a sandwich. Yeah, it's amazing and I'm very, very grateful to have this jacket. I wanted to show you something on the way to the hospital really quickly. And this is exactly where I came back in 2019. And I remember queuing here, just there, look. And this was the entrance to the hall where they were basically telling people about Bristol Medical School. And that was at a time where I was doing the access course, Access to Medicine in Manchester. And there were so many people doubting my ability to get into med school. Like I said before, even the teachers on this course were telling us that, you know, the chances of us getting into medicine were just so slim. And I remember coming to this open day thinking, why not me? If other people can get in, then if I just work as hard as I can and do, you know, activities on the side that show that I'm dedicated and, you know, like volunteering and just, if I can just put my all into this, why couldn't I get in? Why couldn't I also get a chance to become a doctor? And it's amazing now because I'm literally walking past that exact spot, going to work as a doctor. And it just makes me just chuckle now at all of those people that told me that because of my background and because of my lack of qualifications and because of my age, it would be quite unlikely. So again, I guess, as I always say, only you know what you're capable of. And as long as you believe it, and as long as you are willing to work really hard, you can also achieve your dreams. It doesn't have to be medicine, but just listen to your own heart and your own mind because only you know what you can achieve.
So there are 2 types of on-call shifts. You have ward cover, and then you can be on the take, which means that you go to the emergency department and clerk new patients. For my shifts, I will be on ward cover, which means covering approximately 30 wards, and you just carry a bleep and the nurses will call you if they need anything. For example, one of my first jobs was to attempt to cannulate a patient. The nurses in this trust are amazing. They cannulate, they take bloods, they do catheters. Sometimes, however, if a patient is particularly tricky, then we can go to the emergency department, grab the ultrasound machine and cannulate patients ourselves. Other jobs that typically come through early on are things like obviously deteriorating patients or medications that are time sensitive or critical that need prescribing.
So it's now 2 o'clock in the morning.
One of the most common jobs that we get as F1s is prescribing fluids overnight. We tend to see a lot of patients who have electrolyte disturbances, so sodium, potassium, and also a lot of patients are deficient in magnesium, phosphate and calcium, so you'll be expected to replace those.
I'm actually never going to complain about shifts being busy again. And when it's really busy, time just flies by. Overnight was probably the quietest shift that I've done. And although I was asking the other doctors if they needed help, there was a lot of downtime. 8:20, made it. Just walking back to the car. It's like a 20-minute drive home. Yeah. I'll see you tonight. And I'm gonna head to the gym now. I'm not gonna be able to work as hard as during like a typical working week, and I accept that. I'm not gonna be able to lift as heavy perhaps, but I think the most important thing for me is just to keep moving. It makes me feel amazing to eat well also, but it is so much harder on nights, and I've been training, like I said before, for over 20 years now, and I absolutely love it. But during nights, and when I've had like 5.5 hours sleep now during the day, yeah, I don't feel as energized as what I normally would, but that's fine. The key is just to do something, even if it's just 50% of what you could normally do. Just keep moving, because then you stick to your habits, you stick to a routine. And it's okay to give ourselves a bit of compassion sometimes and say we have so many other things going on in life, just to be okay with what we can achieve rather than giving ourselves a hard time for perhaps not giving all areas of our lives 100%. So that's what I tend to do during nights. Just say, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym, I have a program, and I might do half of it. I might do all of it, but maybe it's 70%. But at least I'm still keeping those habits by going to the gym. Whereas if I give up completely, then I think once I finish nights, I'm going to feel, just not the best. So I prepped my food, got my bag here, ready to go. So I'll see you at the gym.
Are you happy now, love? Still wander the city streets. It's getting easier with love.
Alright, so I'm on my way to handover. I feel so much better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I just felt really out of sorts, very ungrounded, but that happens. And I'm all about kind of like changing mindset to feel differently and to change our state. But sometimes it's just okay to feel a little bit off. We're human beings at the end of the day. So it's about giving ourselves compassion and saying, you know what, today is just a bit of an off day. but I just feel like I've got so much more energy today, which feels amazing. I think going to the gym helped, and also just eating well, and I'm looking forward to learning some more overnight. That is the good thing about night shifts. If you've got a good team, which you generally have at this hospital, they're willing to teach. And like I said yesterday, there was an opportunity to discuss a case, to do like a CBD, case-based discussion. I'll explain what that is perhaps later on. And also to do ultrasound cannulation, which will come in handy for sure. But yeah, I'm excited to see what will happen overnight. It's a lot busier tonight compared to yesterday. Seen some very interesting cases. And I feel quite confident today with my management plans, which is good. But I'm just going to review another patient now. Yeah, tonight is going well. Touch wood so far.
So I'm still debating whether to specialise as a GP, which is a family doctor, or to go all in and do emergency medicine, or perhaps a combination of the two. So I could qualify as a GP and then work in the emergency department 1 day a week, which feels a lot more balanced, and just taking my age into account, it feels perhaps like a more sensible option. It would also allow me to have a good routine, and just to be able to, keep healthy and young-ish, let's say. But at this stage, I don't know whether I have it in me to do a 5 to 6 year training program. So I think I'm going to go down the GP route.
Made it 20 to 8, just about to go to handover. Drank all my water, and I just got this for breakfast. Same as what I had earlier, but yeah, I'll see you after handover. Alright, 8:15, I'm back in the car. 30-minute drive home. Gonna eat some breakfast when I get back. I preferred night 2 compared to night 1 just because it was busier, and I know that's probably an odd thing to say, but I feel like the night just goes so much This is how tired you get on a night shift. I can't even string a sentence together, I'm so tired. When it's quiet overnight, you start to feel really, really fatigued. The time just drags on. I will see you later on tonight for another shift. Just about to go to sleep, and then I thought I would just share something with you, and just some thoughts about having had a difficult upbringing, but then how that can help you as a doctor, rather than thinking that it will go against you. One of the things that I always remember is when I was in the system, or even before, I always felt like nobody was listening to me, and I was trying to tell people what was going on at home, and nobody ever listened because I was the child. And for years and years and years, I always thought to myself, I just need someone to take the time to listen. That's all I want. And it just never happened until much later on. But having had that experience, I now understand that sometimes in a hospital, when patients seem agitated or frustrated, actually all they want is for you to sit with them and just listen to them. And again, I can't go into specific scenarios, but I've had a lot of interactions with patients who will be very, very closed off initially, and like I said, frustrated and angry. And because I grew up in similar environments or I've had similar life experiences, I can tell that the reason they're frustrated is because they just want to be heard. They just want somebody to sit down and say, you know what? I get why you're frustrated, and tell me about what's going on for you, and pull up a chair and just listen. And even if you don't come up with any solutions, they just like the interaction and the whole energy just changes within minutes, because they can see that you're taking the time. And it's so simple sometimes to say, you know what, I'm so sorry that you've been through this. You know, let me get to know you for 5-10 minutes and tell me about your family and what can I get for you. And even if it's not a medical job, I say to someone, tell you what, let me go and make you a tea or a coffee. And I always get laughed at for doing this because it's not my job, but I feel like it's just a way to connect with someone, you know. Let me make you a cup of tea and a coffee. Are you hungry? If you're not near my mouth, should I try and find you something to eat? Is that why you're frustrated? Maybe some people are just hungry. And then I'll go make tea, bring back a sandwich, some biscuits, pull up a chair, and based off, you know, why they're frustrated or why they're in hospital, you know, I'll just ask some simple questions and just let them feel that they have someone in that moment that genuinely just cares about them as a person and that they're important. And I think that just makes people feel loved and less angry and less frustrated, and it's so simple. And it's not prescribing medicine, it's not performing surgery. Sometimes what people need the most, and it's something that I find so satisfying and so fulfilling to be able to just do this these days. It's really just trying to say to people, you know, I get it, but obviously I can't share any of my past background, upbringing, because A, it's not about me, and it's inappropriate to share that information with patients. But it's such a gift to be able to have that time with patients. But I see my upbringing now as a gift. Trust me when I say, if you've had a difficult time growing up or as an adult, and you felt at moments in your life that things were perhaps missing, you will then recognize those things in other people, and you will be able to fulfill those things for other people because you've gone through the same stuff. And honestly, I just see why now, having had a difficult upbringing, it helps so much with being a medic. So I guess my point is, never let your upbringing deter you from going into medicine. Don't see it as you being different or you won't be able to connect with patients. It's the opposite. You'll be able to bring so much because you'll be able to empathize and relate. And I just love it. I just love seeing them just open up and melt, and you think, that was so simple, you know, just spend a bit of time with you, make you a cup of tea, and now we're having a laugh. And I love breaking through. I love that, where people, you know, try and pretend that they're angry, or maybe they are angry, and you just soften them. And I do use a bit of humour and a bit of banter, not unprofessionally, and it just works. Anyway, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you. But yeah, 2 nights down, 2 to go. And yeah, I'm going to go to the gym before night number 3, do some cycling. So I'll see you later.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I will link part 2 in the description box below.